Liberal MP Tony Pasin was heckled by protesters as well in Adelaide. This after an alleged Voice supporter trashed his office a few weeks ago. And Tony joins us live from Adelaide. Tony, good morning to you. Unsavoury scenes last night. What happened?
Morning, Pete. Yeah, incredibly unsavoury. 1,000 people attended that forum and they had to walk past these individuals that, in another context, preach love, but what they practice is hate.
Who were, I'm assuming they're Yes campaigners, but was there any particular group that they belonged to or just with the Yes campaign?
I'm not sure, and I'm not sure that people from the Yes campaign would want to own up to being associated with these people. What I want to see is prominent Yes campaigners in Australia and South Australia, the Prime Minister, Minister Linda Burney, Penny Wong, Peter Malinauskas. I want these people to call these protesters out and say this behaviour is unacceptable. We've got to have a respectful debate, and that wasn't respectful. In fact, it was intimidatory and bordering on assault.
Yeah, well, you saw some of that just there. Bearing in mind language here, what sort of things were they saying, Tony?
Well, I and everyone else was being called racist, sexist, homophobic. You get your standard liberal scum, etc. But what was so disappointing is I walked into the venue after that, and Pete, I'm old and ugly enough to take it, but there were young people in that forum who were clearly concerned about the way they'd been treated. I saw a man in a wheelchair, and I also had occasion to meet an Indigenous gay man. This Indigenous gay man had been called racist, sexist, and homo/transphobic. What a joke. This is not what we want to see in this debate. We want to see a fair, respectful debate, and this is nothing more than childish, intimidatory behaviour, and it will turn people off.
Sure. By recording, by holding up your phone, are you winding them up?
Well, they didn't need any winding up, Pete. These people were pretty wound up, to be honest. It's disappointing. And it proceeded for over an hour. Completely unacceptable. Right. I get that people are entitled to protest, but this went past the post.
Right. So just to be clear, though, there was no kind of antagonism coming from your side.
People were trying to enter the venue, and police, thankfully, had cordoned these protesters off. And thank goodness they had, because had they not have done that, I fear for what had taken place. But I don't want to see these scenes across the next 4 weeks. I don't want to see them on referendum day. We need the leaders of the Yes campaign to call this behaviour out as unacceptable and disassociate themselves with this rogue, radical element.
Okay. Yeah, so much for unity. Tony Pasin, appreciate your time. Thank you. We'll talk to you again soon.